Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis Media once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time it is going to be on the new film Alpha. And Alpha was a film that I was kind of mixed on. This does seem a bit cliched, but at the other point, I wasn't too sure about it, but we did go and see it. Saw it in IMAX 3D. Now, Alpha is about a man who gets separated from his family, and he has nowhere to go. He goes searching for his family, and then a pack of wolves attacks him, and one of the wolves gets injured, and he and the wolf, he takes care of the wolf, trying to get it better so he can bring it back to its family. But then all of a sudden, they form a bond, because of course he takes care of the wolf and doesn't want it to suffer like how he did, and they go off on an adventure and to find their home. And yeah, the plot is pretty cliched. I can definitely say that, but I actually quite enjoyed this film. This was a big surprise, actually. And while there are some issues with it, which I'll get into later, the movie is absolutely well acted. This has some of the most terrific acting I've seen in a film like this. It's pretty tense for PG-13. Like, there were some moments in it that they got away with. Like, I was pretty surprised with. Mainly the fact that they're hunting down animals and stuff. And it's pretty disturbing at the same time. It really does look pretty disturbing. Like, it's a visually gorgeous looking movie too, and the characters actually do seem like they're actually giving their best, and they did. And like Cody Smith McPhee, who's in certain films, does a phenomenal job here. I think this is definitely one of his best roles in quite a while, and even though the plot is very cliched, it still works very well. Like, we've seen the story how a human bonds with an animal tons of times, like How to Train Your Dragon and Life of Pi. But that's one thing I have to give the director praise for, is that they brought the story back, and it just works so well here. But like I said before, there are some issues I had with the film. Like, basically, I would say the first like 20 minutes are a bit slow. Like, here's the thing though. The entire movie is not in English. They speak a different language, which is another thing that I have to give it praise for. That's something what they did with Passion of the Christ, and that's something that I really found really unique about that film, even though not a lot of people were the biggest fans of that film. I wasn't a big fan. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't a movie to watch multiple times. Definitely not. This film is definitely, it has the right heart to it, and that's another thing I have to give it praise for. But there are some parts with the editing. Like, there's this one sequence where they're walking into the snow, in like the last I want to say like 20 minutes of the movie, in a snowstorm or something, and then it cuts to a scene where they're on the ground at night, and those beautiful light things come on in the snow, those like lines, those green lines and stuff that point to your way home. And in the next scene, they're back into the snowstorm, and which was kind of confusing at one point. But some of the editing does get that way a bit, in my opinion. Like, I felt like the film was a bit too rushed, in my opinion. Like, the pacing is a bit rushed, but for the most part, I genuinely enjoyed the film. Um, so it's not a film that I would watch over and over again. Like, once in a while, I would say that I would watch it again because, like I said before, it was really good. It really had a soft spot, in my opinion, and I was really intrigued near the end. Like, near the end of the film, I thought it was like super intriguing and super satisfying. So yeah, if you were not to like, how should I put this? This is definitely be for the audiences that are that love their companion, they love their dog. I think this is definitely the film for those people who just love being with their dog and have fun with their dog, playing with their dog. Basically, for people who love having their dogs. I know it's something similar I said in Isle of Dogs, but in fact, it's not a dog in this; it's a wolf. But he doesn't. But I could say that the dog in this is truly lovable. During when he starts the Bond scenes, like it certainly works here. And overall, I had a pretty good time with it. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I did not expect much from this film. I honestly thought it was just going to be another generic story that we've heard tons of times, but no. For another story like this, I have to give the director props and the actors some pretty good. I definitely give them a lot of credit because they truly made a surprisingly fun film. Honestly, there's been a lot of surprises here. Like, I might do a list of the most surprising films this year because there have been just like so many of them. But anyways, before I go, I just want to show that I kind of got a little bit of I got some souvenirs from seeing the movie. Like I got this keychain for the film. I saw it in IMAX 3D, by the way, and it looked absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's the wolf. And here's my favorite parts. It's a pen. It's a wooden pen, a handcrafted pen with the movie's title on it, and I think it's super cool. Real wood, and you can actually tell that there's a little bit of an arc right there, or an arch, whatever. But I think it's definitely really cool, and I haven't tested out if it still works. I mean, it has to work. I just got it, but yeah, it's really really nice. I really like it. So yeah, I actually do have a keychain, and I'll definitely put it on the. I actually do have a keychain that has my house key and stuff on it. I'll definitely put it on there because it was a good film. So yeah, I know you're probably expecting a joke with this, but you know what's gonna happen. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.